Scrappy people, Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a memory planning layout, and I am using my memory planners, my Simple 2 memory planner, plus the Cocoa Daisy Nordic Woods collection. And if you didn't see how I got to this point right here, I'm going to link a video in the section below, the description below, that shows you how to use my digital templates, my memory planning templates, with physical product for this memory planning system. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just re-adhering my memory planning, basically the template that I used. I'm putting it back down exactly like I had it in Photoshop. And here, let me throw up the Photoshop example right here. This is the way the template looked in Photoshop before I printed and sent it to my Silhouette to cut out the Cocoa Daisy papers. So this is what I am reassembling right now with my actual physical product. It makes doing this so super fast, so super simple. I already have everything thought out for me. I just have to put everything back the way that it was, and maybe make a few adjustments here and there if I want to. And then I get to have all of the joy and fun of adding in my physical supplies and all of the joy of the perfection of using digital templates. So I really am loving this. I've been wanting to do a tutorial on how to use these templates with your physical supplies, so if you are interested in that, it's linked below and it shows you how we got to this point right here. I did actually create the background of this memory planning sheet the same way that I've been creating the backgrounds of my memory planning for my hashtag everyday selfie love photos. So I used one of the Cocoa Daisy printables and created sort of that snowflake border around the outside edges. If that's something you're interested in learning how to do, it is a little bit Photoshop complex, but you know, you and I, we are learning this together. I'm teaching as much as you want to know to expand your digital and hybrid skills into the 2020. So if that is something you're interested in, let me know. I'll show you in my next sort of memory planning with me how I create the backgrounds, because I am loving these beautiful patterned backgrounds, and I don't love using the actual Happy Planner stuff for my my memory planning. I don't have to worry about things not matching when I make my own backgrounds. I don't have to worry about all of the lines and the extra stuff that are on the spreads for the Happy Planner stuff. I just get to make it all from scratch, but I still get the joy of having these really fun memory planning layouts. Anyway, so I have reassembled everything, and so now I am pulling out the supplies from the Cocoa Daisy Nordic Woods collection that I have left over. I've already kind of put them into my stash, so I am going through all of the stuff that I have and deciding what will work well on this spread. You saw on the template, I did not have places for you to add embellishments on the template. It is one of my more simple templates, although they are all fairly simple, so that you can embellish in any way that you want to. So I've moved away from the actual template now, and I'm going to decorate to my heart's content with these embellishments. So I'm just looking through, pulling aside anything that I think I might use, and then putting aside things that I'm not going to use. So I want to use these snowflakes. They're in my stash and they're getting a little bit damaged, so I want to use as many as I can. Plus, I'm going to focus on the more wintry aspect of this collection rather than the Christmassy aspect, because as you can see in one of those photos, I'm taking the Christmas tree down. But we do still have, like, we're in that weird place in this spread between Christmas and no Christmas, so there's still a few Christmassy things. So this collection really works well for that sort of feel. So I'm doubling up on all of my circles sort of in my journaling and in my chipboard choice, and I'm actually going to peel away almost all of the chipboard for all of these chipboard pieces because I really want it to be very, very thin. My memory planner, I'm trying so hard to keep it very, very thin this year, and just expand or maximize the space I have in the albums I'm choosing rather than having like 11 billion albums like I had in 2019. So I'm making sure that my chipboard is really, really thin so that I don't have too much depth created with these chipboard pieces. And man, I have such a hard time with vellum. Unless you use a staple, vellum is so hard to stick down because, especially these kind of pieces where they're really intricate, because you can't really use liquid glue because it makes it curl up. So you have to use, like, I'm using red line tape, I'm using tape runner, and it's just so annoying. I just find vellum so annoying in that way. But I'm going to use it, and I really love these snowflakes, so, you know, sometimes you got to put up with the annoying stuff when you really want to use a product. So I am really struggling with the red line tape here to get this snowflake stuck down. So I go back to my tape runner next time I stick a snowflake down because I was just too frustrated. I cut off part of this tab so that it looks like it goes underneath that photo. A little bit of a cheat mode there. Cutting off half of this snowflake so it looks like it goes underneath the photo as well. Again with the tape runner, getting it all over the desk. Deciding if I want to put this snowflake anywhere else. Decide not to, and instead just put this down. Gonna go through my stickers and see if there's stuff I want to use here. I really love the way that this came out. I really feel like I maximized my product usage on this spread, which is really awesome. Makes me happy. Using all these little word strips always makes me happy as well. Lots of words, always lots of words. But I feel like when I get to the end of my word usage, my word strip usage, I feel like I need some more icons. There's enough going on like in the background of the memory planner and in the pattern papers that there's definitely enough icons and it could have been okay, but I felt like I needed some more. So I'm gonna use some of these die cuts, these wintry die cuts, because otherwise they'll go into my stash never to see the light of day again. So I'm using up as much as possible. I cannot get this underneath the photo because it's a photo sticker, so I just cut off the part of it like I did with the other pieces. I wanted to pull up some more yellow into that corner since there wasn't a lot of yellow on that side. Now I'm going to bring in some more icons with the stamps. And I initially pull out yellow ink because I was thinking I wanted more yellow, but the yellow that I have doesn't really match very well. So I end up going with black instead. I use my stamping platform again. I'm just going to stamp right over the top of these circles here. I'm going to put this Christmas tree in the middle, and I put it a little bit crooked, which makes me a little bit mad, but no big deal. Then I'm going to repeat the process over here with the snowflake in the middle of the circle. And then I'm going to take the snowflake and I'm going to stamp it all over. I'm going to use a regular stamp block for that because it's just easier with these little tiny stamps. So I'm going to add it to both sides of the page, and then I'm going to actually go in and add, there's a stamp that is a snowflake cluster as well, so I'm going to add that to create just some clusters all over, add in some black, ground the page, and call it good. I love, love, love this. I'm so excited for this new memory keeping adventure that I'm going on this year. You can still expect 8.5 by 11 layouts from me this year, as well as Traveler's Notebook layouts, but I'm not sure I'm going to be doing any pocket layouts this year. I think that this memory planning is going to replace my pocket scrapbooking for the year. I do still have some pocket scrapbooking I need to do for 2019, so you will see some of it, but I'm not sure I'm going to do any for 2020. I think I've moved on from pockets. We'll see though. Famous last words, right? So I'm just adding in these little swirlies because I can, and then I'm going to call it good. This one's going to go at the top actually. There we go. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. Thank you.